What's up, guys? The homie Bigg Vic. We back in here with another video. Today I have a couple of interesting updates for Amazon Relay guys or people considering possibly running Amazon Relay Freight. And there's a new feature called the chat with Relay Assistant. And I'm going to actually show you guys that feature right now, if it's still up here. So right here, as you can see, it's a little red dot down here. That lets me know that there's a load that Amazon needs moved and they would like to negotiate on it. So you can negotiate right here in the chat box with a Relay Assistant bot. So you can actually go in and say, hey, you see the load going 240 miles. They got it at $1.78. I would like $750 for this load. So can we meet at $750? Of course they're not gonna do $750 right now on the first negotiation with the chat bot. They went to $437. You see the price went up. If I wanted to take it at $437, it's $1.82 now. So you can get the load up some more. Does this work for you? No, it does not. Can we meet at $600? I'm just doing this as an example right now, you guys. So let's see what the bot says. Let's see what it says. Let's see what we got here. So it goes to $447.90. Does that work for us? No. Can we meet at 600 for the miles and traffic? Let's see what we got. So we're on like, this is the third negotiation. See what the bot says. At this time, $447.90 is the best offer I can provide. Does this work for you? No, thank you. We can do it for $600. Let's see what the chat bot says. So at this point, it's probably tired of me negotiating and going up on the price, but we're gonna see what it responds back with. Still at $447. At this time, it's the best I can do. Does this work for you? No. No thanks. Let's see if it budges any. Probably won't, but let's see. Yep, that's what it's topping off at. So I'm gonna exit out of this load. We're gonna end that chat session and they can keep the load. But that is a feature right there that is new that Relay added. Now there's another one that pops up on your phone. So I'm using a desktop version of it right now. And as you can see, typically on the phone version, and it's only available in some markets. Shout out to Midwest Box Trucking. He did have a screenshot of his actual app, where he was able to negotiate. And I know a couple other guys that are able to negotiate from their apps, depending on the market. I have not seen the feature pop up for Charlotte and my Relay app on the load board. But I have seen the chat feature work for me, as you see it working for me here on the actual website or my desktop version of the Relay app. Now, something else Relay just dropped, and I just saw this pop up this week. They just started opening up 5-week short-term Relay contracts. 5-week. So now you can see what your total will be if you ran this contract out in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Shout out to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Right now, their blocks, 13-hour solo blocks, are starting at $502. And something else interesting I wanted to mention. Again, this is all market based, depends on what market you're in. I've noticed even some of the 13-hour solo contracts, they're not really 13-hour solo contracts. A lot of these are starting to depend on how much volume that Amazon needs moved. So you're kind of like, at this point, locking in a rate that may have a lot of volume or it may not have a lot of volume, but you still get to lock in that rate. That's something I ran a few contracts now, and that's what I've been seeing lately. Even the 8-hour block, solo block contracts is the same thing, right? So you'll get a schedule. Like we had a load the other night. The schedule was going like 2 hours and something to drop the load off. It was one block. It was 2 blocks. Well, excuse me. It was 2 stops. One stop. It was 2 stops. One stop going about 2 hours, 130 something miles, and then coming back. But when we got out to the Amazon, it was only 1 stop, 1 drop, which means that probably was about a 4.5 hour day, and that was under the 13-hour solo block. So just depends on the volume with these contracts. You may have 6, 7 stops, you may not. You may get to the Amazon, you may see 4 stops on your trip. You get to Amazon and you're down to 2 stops. So it varies. It's like, do you want to gamble with the load board? Or would you like to just lock in a guaranteed rate for the loads? Now, with December rolling around, as you can see, with the rate is like 502 out there in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'd probably hold tight around this time of the year and see if any of those peak rates jump, or, just to see if volume has a massive increase this year before I jump on the contract. I'll probably still be looking at the load board to see what the rates are going to be like, right? Or like I said, you can lock in the guaranteed money, or you can gamble with the load board, or you can also go over to, over and post your truck. You can go and post your truck. Now, I have been seeing my $4 and $5 a mile posted truck orders getting hit. Little short runs. I've been catching 2-mile runs for like, 160, 120. This depends on, 1-mile run. We ran a load. We ran a couple of loads in Memphis that were literally from one side of Amazon to the other side of Amazon for like $120, less than a mile. So you can make poster truck work for you as well by catching, like I said, putting your rate in there that you would like to get paid from Amazon to run whatever load description you fill out on the poster truck order. But the new things are, like I said, the 5-week contract rates. The 5-week contracts still have the 2 weeks. Let's see. Still have the 2 weeks. Yep. Still have the 2-week contracts in here as well. Still have the 1-week contracts. 8-hour blocks, 13-hour blocks. Still have those in here. But what I'm noticing is, even with the blocks, I noticed that Amazon will drop the rates on the load board a lot of times to kind of steer you toward looking at the contract. So it's like, okay, should I be looking at contracts right now versus what they're showing on the load board? Like, if you like I said, if you don't mind sitting back and just playing the load board and booking your freight from just the load board, then that is a strategy that you can, figure out. But you will find yourself staring at that load board all freaking day long, waiting for the last minute loads to pop up. I mean, if you want to have that as your strategy, have that as your strategy. But again, it's up to you at the end of the day. And also, you still have the auctions, the Amazon's dedicated routes. So those are still some of the options. Like I said, Amazon did drop these 5-week contracts. I just started seeing these this week. So I'm thinking like over the last couple of days, they just introduced these 5-week contracts. And I've been looking at the contracts for the past, we've been running some contract freight for the past 2 months or so. And we hadn't seen 5-week contracts posted up here. Yeah, what are you guys thinking? Are any of you guys running contracts? Are you running dedicated loads with Amazon? Are you still moving Amazon relay freight? Are you using Poster Truck? What are you guys doing now? A lot of you guys that are running Amazon freight out there. How do you like it? What's your take on the contracts at this point? Are you locking in the guaranteed money, or are you still running specifically off their load board, just catching the loads off their load board, waiting for the last minute loads? Like I said, that strategy will keep you locked into watching the load board all day, all night. And not saying that is the most sophisticated strategy to run an Amazon relay business. I mean, I think it will consume a lot of your time, but some people do it effectively. Some people do it. Will the contracts make more sense for your business model? Or does the load board work better for you? Or maybe you caught some of that dedicated freight and you're mixing it up with load board freight. Let me know down below in the comment section. I'm not about to hold y'all on this one. It's Tommy Bigg Vic TV. Always hustle, never stop growing. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's eat.